A very good morning to everyone. I'm your host for this event, Ms. Priyam Borwa, and I would like to welcome all of you to our first ever Online Talent Hunt 2021, organized by St. Francis de Sales Higher Secondary School, Guwahati, Assam. With the ongoing pandemic and its adverse effects on all, we are trying our best to indulge the children creatively without letting COVID-19 dull their talents and perspectives. With an opportunity to enhance one's skills, aptitude and knowledge and nurture their talents, the competition has been organized for students to showcase the embedded skills and areas of interest. The competition has been divided into two categories, budding vocalist and budding scientist. The category of budding vocalist was open to students from classes 6 to 12, while the category of budding scientist was open to students from classes 9 to 12 only. Around 160 participants from various schools across Assam and India registered for the competition. The hunt received participants from various states of India, including West Bengal, Delhi, Kerala and Maharashtra amongst all. We are telecasting the event today via our school's official Facebook page at @sfsnarengism. To stay connected with us forever, like our page and keep following us. As we move forward and begin our event, I would now like to invite our principal, Reverend Father George Thomas, to welcome everyone.
Friends and well-wishers, sfsnarengism Guwahati gives lot of importance to academic as well as post-scholastic activities. The search for talent hunt in the form of young scientist and young vocalist is one of the initiatives of the school during these pandemic times. The school believes that every child should become a versatile person with critical thinking and scientific temperament. The best qualities and the talents of the students should always be nurtured and developed. This is what we believe in. The school really appreciates the teachers, students, principals, and the school management for actively participating in this competition. I am extremely grateful to the staff of the school for facilitating this competition in an online platform. As we come to the final of this event, I would like to wish every one of you all the very best and God's blessings, and may the best win in this competition. Thank you and all the very best.
Thank you, Father. Your words have encouraged us to aspire higher and develop our potential and skills to the fullest. Before starting the event, let me have the honor of introducing our esteemed, skilled and highly competent judge for the Online Talent Hunt 2021. Let us begin the event with our first category, Budding Scientist. As per our category of Budding Scientist, we have with us Mr. Dinesh Lahoti. Dinesh Lahoti is an IIT alumnus and a globally certified career coach from Career Development Alliance, USA. He is the head career coach of Career Spark, which is one of the best career guidance institutes in Northeast. He is also the first internationally certified career coach from Assam from the University of California. Mr. Dinesh is also an excellent mathematician and has guided more than 1,000 students for various competitive exams. We shall now begin our competition for the category of Budding Scientist. The topic provided to the students for preparation of their models was future transportation. Participants submitted their models in the form of videos showcasing their models, out of which 8 models have been selected for the final round today. Models were shortlisted based on 5 major parameters for judgment: creativity and innovation, scientific principles, economic viability and portability, technical skills and presentation of display. Let us now begin the final round for the Online Talent Hunt in the category of Budding Scientists, live in Zoom meeting with the top 8 finalists. Participants will be assessed on 2 vital aspects: deep knowledge of the model and its principles, and also question-answer round examining their clarity of concepts. A very good morning to one and all present here. We hope everyone is doing well and keeping safe. Welcome to the first ever online Talent Hunt 2021, organized by St. Francis de Sales Higher Secondary School, Guwahati, Assam. I, Priyam Borwa, am your host for today, and I shall be coordinating this session further. Congratulations to all our 8 finalists for qualifying in the category of budding scientists. As we are all present here today to show our skills, let us hope that each one of you will be able to put your best foot forward. Best wishes to everyone. We have a special person with us who will be gracing his presence today as the judge for the budding scientist category. Let us all welcome Mr. Dinesh Lahoti amongst us. Mr. Dinesh Lahoti is an IIT alumnus and a globally certified career coach from Career Development Alliance USA. He's the head career coach of Career Spark, which is one of the best career guidance institute. He's also the first internationally certified career coach from Assam from the University of California. Mr. Dinesh is also an excellent mathematician and has successfully mentored more than 1,000 plus students for various competitive exams. Let us now move ahead with the final round for the Budding Scientist 2021. A few instructions to be noted by all the participants before we begin the round. Number 1, all the participants must keep their video switched on during the meeting. I request everyone to keep their video switched on. Secondly, audio must be kept off during the meeting. The participant can unmute themselves respectively during the question answer round with the judges. As we have 8 finalists amongst us, the videos of each finalist will be played, after which the participant will have the question answer session with Mr. Dinesh. Each participant will be given 4 minutes for the question answer round. Participants will be judged based on clarity of concepts, principle of the model, and the question answer round. Let us begin the final round for the Online Talent Hunt Budding Scientist 2021. Our first participant is Khushi Satish Johari. We shall now play the video of Khushi Satish Johari.
Is Khushi Satish Johari. I study in class 9. My school name is Gyan Mata Vidya Vihar. I live in the state Maharashtra. Budding scientist, online talent hunt competition, future transportation. Transportation means the movement of people, animals or goods from one location to another. Air, water, land are types of transport. Land transport is divided into rail and road transportation. The future of transportation involves moving into new, smarter sources of energy, modes of transport, and physical and technological infrastructure to support these transportation innovations. This is my small model of a solar bus. The world's first solar bus was introduced in the year 2013 in Australia. It reduced cities' carbon emissions as more than 30%. But I have made this bus for India. This solar bus is driven by solar energy. We will use a small solar panel to trap the solar energy. We will supply this energy directly to the DC motor. Motor is connected to the wheels of the bus using rubber band. I will demonstrate this bus. Firstly, we need a rectangular shaped base of a bus. For the movement of a bus, we need 2 pairs of wheels at the base. We need 2 wheel assemblies. Insert a long straw in the metal rod for 1 wheel assembly. Fix wheels on 2 sides of bar. In the second pair of wheels, small pulley is fixed in the center of the bar. Insert 2 plastic straws before you fix the wheels on the rod. Also insert small colored rubber band in the assembly. Make a cut on one side of the base. The pulley fixed in the assembly should align to the square. Fix 2 wheel assemblies on the lower side of the base using double-sided tape. The pulley should come exactly under the cut portion. Take a black foam piece with a double-sided tape. Paste this near the upper part of the rectangular notch. Place a motor on the top of the foam using double-sided tape. Use a plastic locking strip. Insert it through the two holes made near the motor on the base. Make sure that the pulley on the wheels and pulley on the motor come exactly opposite to each other. Pull the locking strip to make sure that the motor is tightly fixed in that place. Join the two pulleys using a colored rubber band. Now fix the half straw and then fix the wheel. Make sure that the wheels are attached firmly with double-sided sellotape. I made this portion to support the body of the bus. The terminals are on the back side of the motor. Now we have to fix the body portion to the base portion. We have to fix the wires to the terminals, the wires that are come from the solar panel. We have to attach it. We have to fix the terminals on the right position, otherwise our bus will go in reverse direction. Place the car in sunlight or hold a 100-watt bulb near the solar panel. It should move. It converts solar energy into electrical energy and then electrical energy to mechanical energy. This is the working model of my solar bus.
I shall now request Mr. Dinesh to put forward his question for Khushi.
Good morning, Khushi.
Khushi, you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
You can unmute yourself, Khushi. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you made a very beautiful video explaining how you made it. I have a couple of questions, Khushi, to understand. So the first thing is that when you use solar panel, you're using, the problem with the solar cars is that when there is solar light, it's fine. But what if it's a rainy season?
In the bus stand, the solar panel is fixed, and during night time also we can use solar panel, and we can that bus we need to stay, and the charging of the solar panel is done. Charging we can do.
We can do. What if it's a rainy day? How will you charge it?
No, by first we have to charge it in solar in that bus stands. We have to fix that solar panel on the upside, and then we have to that bus. We have to keep the solar panel. Then it charges.
Okay, so you have used in your mechanism you have used pulleys, right? Why you need pulley? What is the function of a pulley?
The DC motor and the rubber band, then it rotates and the wheels move forward.
What if you don't use pulley?
Then our bus will not move because we need rotation.
You need rotation, that's why you use pulley. And why you use DC motor, not AC motor?
Know that DC motor converts the light energy into electrical energy, and that electrical energy gets converted into mechanical energy by this DC motor.
And in your motor, in your machine, in your car, bus, how do you store the solar energy? There is no mechanism.
My bus is not like that, but other vehicles, solar powered vehicles,
so
we
how
can
it is
charge. But my small model.
What is that principle which you use to store energy?
It converts energies, light energy into electrical energy, and electrical energy into mechanical energy.
So which instrument you use to store it? I know it's not in your car right now, but in future if you want to use it, which motor or which mechanism will you use to store energy?
The photovoltaic cells that
Photovoltaic cells
and
help.
battery.
Okay. The solar panel that you used was of what power? The one you used?
1.5 amp.
1.5 ampere. And when you run a vehicle, now this was a very small model, right? But when you want to run a bus, do you have any idea how much power would be required or how much of current would be required to move it?
150 volt maximum means 250 volts, and it can run by charging. We can run 150 miles per day.
150 miles per day. Okay, sure.
Means 400 kilometer nearby.
Okay, okay, sure. Good, good, Khushi. I think I'm done, Priyam. We can go to the next candidate.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Khushi.
Thank you, Khushi.
Our next participant is Shrestha De. We shall now play the video of Shrestha De.
My name is Shrestha De and I read in Standard 9 from Sarla Birla Gyan Jyoti, Guwahati, Assam. As per the topic of the event, future transportation, my model primarily focuses on the day-to-day life future transportation, which mostly includes cars, bikes, buses, etc. As per my visualization, the future day-to-day life transportation will be completely electrical. This will also increase the demand of electricity. Two, by keeping in mind the sustainable development, I have prepared this tower. This first tower is a solar energy tower. This will absorb solar energy through the solar panel present on it and convert it into electricity. The second tower will has the lightning conductor. This will absorb lightning and convert it into electricity. This giant metallic plate will concentrate the electricity throughout the soil. This will ensure the wireless conductivity of electricity. This LED light spreads all across the model shows how electricity can be absorbed from the soil wirelessly. The second component of the model is a power refilling center. This is basically a power ATM. This will function just like an ATM. Here we need to insert a card, then an OTP, and then the amount required. After that, this refilling tube will automatically fall to refill the power inside the station. Also, as a backup plan, there is a lightning conductor here which will produce its own electricity if there is some failure in the distribution of electricity inside the soil. The third component of my model is a waste to automobile plant. This plant will convert automobile parts from the waste. The first process in this waste to automobile plant is a separation of substances according to the requirement. That means it will separate the substances according to the requirement of the automobile part. The second component is to combining the required waste. That means the required waste, which will be separated first from the process, will combine to a desired material. The third part is the manufacturing using the desired material. After the desired material is formed from the first two processes, through that material, this cars or the other automobile parts will be formed. The fourth component of the model is the AI control traffic booth. This model, being sustainable, also focuses on the development of the day-to-day life future transportation. This AI control traffic booth will control the whole traffic through artificial intelligence and developed software. In day-to-day life, we all must have encountered situations where we have seen that the traffic signals aren't working, then there are huge traffic jams, and of course we have seen ambulances being stuck in traffic jam, and the patient who is in a critical conditions has to face a lot of problem. To prevent that, this AI control traffic booth will control the whole traffic of that particular area. Also, there is a helipad present on the top of it. My main motive of showing a helipad on a traffic booth is that our future development will be such that it will be also lead to the development of future transportation. This helipad shows that how during times of emergency in booths like this, a helicopter can land and might take off. The fifth and the most important part of this model is the forest area. In future, we might be attaining great heights in terms of in different development projects. But we must ensure that in every development project, a forest area is there. This will only help in the future transportation, because if we do not follow the nature laws, there can be no development is possible. Therefore, my model basically focuses on the sustainable development and the future transportation as well. Thank you.
I shall request Mr. Dinesh to put forward his question for Shrestha.
Yeah. Very good concept, Shrestha. Can you please unmute yourself?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Shrestha, I think you have explained, you have integrated in your model 4-5 different components. Okay. So I would
Yes,
like to ask questions specific to each components. Okay.
okay, sir.
So first, let me come to this idea of power ATM. Now, how do you store the power in the ATM, and how much space would be required for that? Any calculation or estimation you have done for that? And how much power can you store? Let's say I want to store, let's say 1 megawatt, or let's say I want to store 1 kilowatt. So how much space would be required? Have you done any calculation, or have you thought about it?
No, so honestly, I didn't do any calculations. I just basically tried to show this can be used as a power ATM. Like if we need the backup source, like yes, when we are using electrical cars or vehicles, then when we are charging it, then it will run for a longer period of time. But in case there are, if the power run out, if the car run out of the power, then in cases of emergency, this power ATM can be used. And according to the requirement and according to the requirement of that particular place, the power ATM can be customized.
Okay. Another thing was your automobile waste. In an automobile, like what are the things that can be recycled and that can be used to produce energy?
So, sir, in automobile plants, we see that there are so many different scraps of metals are there, and then there are a lot of tons and tons of plastics are there. So my main motive is that in that automobile plant, like waste automobile plant, plastics can be used more efficiently. Now, this is because plastics on an average takes about 5,000 years to degrade. So that means in its lifespan of 5,000 years, it has experienced a lot of natural calamities, but since also it has survived for 5,000 years. And so that is why by combining it with the desired metals and other elements, it can be formed to a material which will be suitable to form the automobile part.
So in an automobile, let's say, let's take any random model of a car. Okay. How much plastic is there? Is plastic the major component, or is the metal the major component?
No, sir. Sir, actually, it will not depend upon the model. It will depend upon in which automobile part we are using. Like, for example, in the engine, we cannot put the plastic like about 20% plastic, and other 80% maybe the mixture of different metals like alloys we can form and then combine it with the plastic so that we are using the waste as well.
So in which model, in which part of the car or which part of the vehicle, there is the maximum part of plastic is available?
Sir, from my visualization, it might be the roof on the top portion of the car, because it receives the minimum amount of heat, because while we're moving, it receives the minimum amount of it. And that is why the plastic can be used efficiently on the roof of the car.
So basically, if you're using a plastic recycle plant, why are you using automobile? You can use, I mean, in households, in normal thing, we use more plastic compared to an automobile.
Yes, we can use that.
Okay. The third thing was your AI powered traffic control, right? Now, what is this AI? What is artificial intelligence, and how can you just explain a bit like how AI can help in traffic?
Yes. So artificial intelligence, basically the traffic booth I have tried to show is it will use the software which will not require manual form of controlling the traffic. Like basically the software used will be a higher level of GPS which we are using today. So
yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. So for example, like now we are using GPS like to locate different areas or to prevent the traffic jams we have to face every day. But that at that time, the software can be used by the Ministry of Transportation, and the traffic booths can be set up in a particular area in some calculation and will allow the traffic to smoothly. That means the AI control traffic booth will also record how many cars are passing. And then suppose we are here and 1 kilometer we are going on a highway, and then after 1 kilometer there is a huge truck, and the truck might have been damaged, or that there is an accident. So that AI software will also enable us to know that we need to slow down our speed, and then it will prevent the accidents.
Okay. The last part was the forest area. The message was good, but then how are you all helping? Because in forest area there are two kinds of transportation. First, humans entering there and disturbing the normal movement of animals, and the other is animals movement get clashed with the human movement, right? So how do you really address that?
Yes, so the forest area basically, now we are seeing that the level of forest is just decreasing day by day. So the main motive of me showing this forest area is that we might be doing wireless connectivity of electricity and everything, but forest area has to be there because the resources which we get from forest we cannot get from any other source.
Okay.
And so coming back to your question is that the animal transportation, so that can be controlled using higher levels of various things can be done, and when we are entering the forest, like using the software, and there are electrical bars which are put around the forest to prevent the entry of both the poachers and the animals. So that can be done, like what we are doing today, that in a higher level can be used in the future.
Okay. All right. Nice attempt, Shrestha. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shrestha. Our third participant is Debashri Kuwar. We shall now play the video of Debashri Kuwar.
Hi everyone, I am Debashri Kuwar. I am a student of class 10 of SFS School Dhemaji. I am from Assam. When I was informed about the topic future transportation, I was surprised. From hyperloop to magnetic maglev trains, from submarines to spacecraft, we have almost everything. So how could I imagine something new? Then I thought of the economically disadvantaged areas and the remote areas, and the picture of hills and valleys came to my mind. The people living in the hills are leading a very hard life with serious transport and communication issues. Although today the hills have roads, but not all the roads are developed, and there is always the fear of landslide and natural hazards like rivers and mountains. The people living in the hills are poor, so they can't afford a car or a vehicle of such type on their own for daily commute. In order to travel from the top of one hill and reach the top of another, it takes them many hours and possibly even days. I wondered, what could I do to make their life easier? I thought of many ways until one certain idea struck my mind, and this is, ladies and gentlemen, the pendulum boat. The pendulum boat is an easy, cost-effective mode of transport through which people can travel from the top of one hill to another in minutes, just like monkeys climb from trees to trees. In order to make the pendulum boat, at first we measure the displacement between the two hills, and in the middle a tower is built. The pendulum boat is attached to the tower through chains, and one pendulum boat can accommodate up to 50 passengers. The pendulum boat can swing to and fro just like any other regular pendulum, and the down part of the pendulum boat, which is this part, is made up of magnets. At the top of the hills, landing stations are built. The landing stations has electromagnets attached to them. We all know that the unlike poles of the magnet attract each other, and when the electromagnet is switched on, the pendulum boat will swing to and fro until it will be attracted by this electromagnet. The people can board and alight as per their wish and go for their daily business. And when the electromagnet will be switched off, the pendulum boat will swing to and fro until it is attracted by the magnet on the other side. In this case, I have used regular magnets to show you the working. Also, a neutral platform can be built below the tower through which people can board and alight. If they are not willing to go to the top of the hills, they can also land on the valley as per their wish. So now the question arises, will the pendulum boat be cost effective? Yes, it will be. Although the places like Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Jammu and Kashmir have cable car rides, these cable car rides are very, very expensive, and they are mostly for tourists than for the hill people. but a pendulum pod will be exclusively for hill people, and it will help them in the long run. It will be much easier and it will require very less maintenance fee. Although my project is in initial stage and requires much more development, I plan to work on it further and reach the concerned authorities about my innovation. I hope that my pendulum pod uplifts the life of all hill people, especially in our northeast India. Thank you.
I shall request Mr. Dinesh to put forward his question for Debashri Kaur.
Yeah. Very interesting concept, Debashri. Have you seen it somewhere? The same concept?
Sir, no, I have thought of it on my own.
Okay. Debashri, like when you use this pendulum, like how, like in any transportation that we do, a safety of the people is very important, right?
Yes.
So how do you ensure that the pendulum will go in the same track and it will ensure the safety? What if something happen in between? What is the safety measures that you have thought of?
Sir, for the people that are sitting in the port, we can ensure seat belts. And also, sir, there is magnet. So magnetic field lines are in a certain way. So it will attract only in the certain direction.
So via magnet, you will ensure the direction. That's what you're
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Now,
Yes.
when you use magnet,
Yes.
it interferes with your normal life. Like for example, if a person is carrying a mobile phone, and if there is
Yes.
a very high intensity magnet is there, and magnet also affects our body, right? It's not very healthy. So how do you tackle that?
Sir, for that purpose, my project is in the initial stage. So I have to make some more special kind of suits that can be worn by the people, or any other such kind of development to ensure the safety of the people. But now, since my project is in the initial stage, so I have not thought much further about it.
Okay. And the another point that you highlighted in your presentation was the cost effectiveness part, right?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
the cable chain, basically, when the cables are there, like so, cables are relatively expensive. We are very true, but
Yes, sir.
cables require like a support system via which the cables will be going, right?
Yes, sir.
But in your case, also, you are having a support system. You're having a mechanism where a person is going from one to the other end, and if you really want to transport from one hill to the other hill, the pendulum
sir.
has to be really big, right? So
Yeah.
how is your model not very expensive compared to the cables? I couldn't understand that. Can you please explain how is your model cost effective?
Uh, Sir, at first we have to measure the displacement between the two hills, and in the middle we have to erect the tower. Like when there are cable cars, we have to put ropes all through the way, and there are also poles in between the cable car road. But in my case, there will be only one single pole, which will be high. Yes, it will be tall, and there will not be any kind of another poles. So it will reduce the cost. And also, I have thought of like the Ferris wheel. Sir, do you know Ferris wheel?
Yes.
Yeah, Ferris wheel. So I have calculated that in order to make a cable car road, it costs about 100 crore. But in order to make a Ferris wheel, it only costs 2 crore or something. So if I combine my project along with the Ferris wheel, it's like similar type, because there will be a pole and there will be magnets on the other side, and magnets may cost up to rupees 10 lakh, like one electromagnet, which will be required for that. And it will cost only up to like 50 crore. It will reduce half the price.
Okay.
This is what the conclusion that I have come for.
Okay. My only concern is that the idea is very interesting. It's very innovative.
Yes, sir.
But what I'm trying to say is that we have to make this project, to make any scientific project viable.
Yeah.
We have to look on the cost aspect and the practicality of it also, right? And
Yes, sir.
when you make, this is for everyone. When you work on any such model,
Yes, sir.
we always have to see what are the limitation and what are the challenges, because the whole goal is to make it happen, right?
Yes,
Definitely,
sir.
it's a part of a competition, and you all have come to participate in the competition. But I really feel, I always encourage that these are platforms for you to really be more scientific and tomorrow you might be involved in some project where you are given the charge of conceptualizing the whole thing. So it's very important to look everything very critically, right? I really like the idea. It's really innovative. It's really interesting. I would just like, as a suggestion, like, just go more deeper into it. I think the numbers that you are mentioning about, like 100 crores is not the price where, it's not that expensive, the cable cars. But still, like, try to see the feasibility and try to compare it. Why not cable car, and why this? Okay.
Pendulum port, yes, sir.
Why pendulum port? It's a very interesting concept. Do work. Okay. Thank you, Devashri, for joining. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Debashri. Our fourth finalist is Jerin Jose. We shall now play the video of Jerin.
And today I'm going to show you a model made by me known as electromagnetic bridge, as I call it. Now, what is the exact function? First of all, I will introduce with you with the components. Basically, these two pink things are transformers, 220 volt transformers. Basically, what they do is, inside them there are copper coils which is surrounded a numerous number of times to create magnetic field when I pass electricity to them, home supply electricity, which is 220 volts. Okay, so when I supply electricity to them, they will create a constant magnetic field. What do transformers do is, actually they change the polarity of those magnetic field, so that it would be easy for me for repulsive and attractive forces by a magnet. Now I'm taking a magnet because a magnet has two poles, so it can attract and repel at the same time. But I'm not taking a I'm not taking a metal piece because it can only be attracted. Now there's one flaw in this model. There's one flaw in this model which I will explain you after this demonstration. Now, as you can see, is when I put the magnet over here, it didn't pass through the other ring. Now, what happened was the magnetic field was scattered all around. That's why the magnet didn't get a particular destination to go there. Now, the remedy for this was a flaw, and the remedy for this is hard light or solid light. Now, scientists have made hard light in experiments. So, how hard light is made is, you take photons and compress them to this much level that it solidifies. So light as an electromagnetic wave, when comes in contact with the magnetic wave, would have the same would go in the particular direction as the magnetic field. So it would regulate the travel of this magnet. So how is this possible in real life? Yes, if you make a hard light and if you replace the bridges, yes, so the bridges that we have today, if you replace it with hard light bridges, so you can move from one place to another by magnetic field only. Now, I took this because bridges in many parts of the world have collapsed. There are cases that they have collapsed and many people lost their lives. So I thought of this as without bridgeless travel, you make a bridge. Okay, so this was one aspect. Now, why I'm taking a magnet over here? Because automobiles are metals. So why I'm taking magnets here? Because how will it help in future? So our future will have a trend of electronic vehicles now. So it would not be difficult for us to make them electromagnetic, so it can easily travel. So the second application in real life of this model is wormholes. The same thing that you saw in Interstellar, the similar thing that you saw in Interstellar. Wormholes are actually made by gravitational influence, but you can make magnetic wormholes also made by some scientists in Philadelphia, which is in Spain. Okay, they took two magnets and made them monopoles, which is not exactly how it works in nature. Okay, except in different dimensions. So they made two monopoles and made the magnetic field produced by those monopoles through an invisible tunnel. So that's how you can pass electromagnetic waves from or magnetic waves, okay, from invisible tunnel. And this except from transportation can be helpful in many ways. Say, for example, in a hospital, if you're doing a surgery and if you want to take the x-ray and the MRI scan at the same moment, you can get it from this technology. Now this is just a model, a similar kind of thing which was produced by that. Now these were the two real life extreme examples that I could think of, but there are many more fascinated examples that can come in future. One thing's for sure, our future is yet to shower wonders upon us. Thank you.
Mr. Dinesh can now put forward his question to Jaren Jose.
Very happy to see, Jarin, you have been reading about these things. I'm still like, can you just please explain me, like, what is one practical utility of this particular model in day-to-day transportation?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead, Jarin.
So as I mentioned in the video that we can make hard light. Actually, what we can do is, if we take two big magnets and we can distort the space around them, so because of that, what would happen is the light would bend and it would be projected to one particular point. Means the light would bend, and because of the distortion.
Jarin, to bend the light, it's not really very easy. Like, you cannot bend the light just by applying magnet, right? Like, it's really difficult to bend the light, and it will require a very high amount of very powerful magnets even to attempt this thing, right? So that's why I'm asking how it is useful in the day-to-day. Do you agree with this? Like, to
Yes.
bend the light?
Yes.
So so my concern is that, like, since the topic is transportation and we are discussing with the day-to-day transportation, so how do you apply this in day-to-day transportation?
The one aspect would be if we take vehicles, and as I said that it would be electric vehicles, and if we make it base magnetic, because we can put a solenoid and a soft and core over there, so we can make it electromagnetic, and when we pass through a ring, it will not go through the other ring. The probability is very less, but we can make some arrangements that can regulate this flow, that it doesn't go here and there and can go from one ring to another ring.
Okay, and why are you sending it from one ring to another ring? Is there any specific reason? What is the advantage of that?
So due to this, we can avoid the bridges that we have, because bridges, to make it, we have to spend a lot. If we do in this manner, for example, if you want to pass a ship from beneath the bridge, you have to you have to split the bridge into two you have to just split the bridges, and then you have to take the ship over there. Now in this case, if you use this technology, in both the rings, you can put a gate type of thing while the ships are going, and when the ship is left, you can open the gates and you can move.
Okay, so that is one practical application. You don't have to build bridges, right?
Yes.
Now I have another question, Jarin. Like, how it is different from Hyperloop?
Hyperloop. So
are you aware of Hyperloop? You mentioned in the video also, right?
Yes, sir. I mentioned about wormholes over there.
Okay, so are you aware of what is Hyperloop?
So Hyperloop, I just searched that it's actually, it's a tube kind of thing, I guess, and you're moving from one place to another through that tube. Yeah.
And you can build it anywhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how it is different, like, because they also use the similar principle of magnets and same transportation is there. So what is the difference in technologically, what is different in your model versus the Hyperloop? Can you just pinpoint?
So actually both these work on the same principle, and I guess that this model is Hyperloops are more safer than this thing, but you can get an idea by this that how you can move from one place to another, because as I mentioned in the video, there was a flaw, because you can just jump out from anywhere, and that would make more damages than the original bridge.
I like that part when you mentioned the flaw yourself, and because that's a part of science, right? In science, you always evolve, and we should be very comfortable that yes, I have not reached this and I'm trying to evolve. So that was a very nice gesture. Usually in competition which I judge, I have not seen this quite often. So very good. One last question. You wanted to use a particular material, right?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Magnet
And
and transformers.
and you want to fuse protons?
Yes, yeah. That photons you have to just to make hard light. You have to means you have to.
Have you tried something on that? Like tried to do that?
No, sir. Actually, what was happened was I just thought of Lorentz force. That is, I just learned it that you put a magnet over one one conducting loop and it would go from one place to another. But as I gradually made this model, I thought of different as the model didn't work as I thought. So I just thought of this idea afterwards, so that's why I didn't use it. But I searched that it is made in experiment, because first it was just theorized and now it's made.
So in your model, you use a transformer. Transformer like is used for AC or DC?
AC.
AC. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. All the best, Jarin. Keep experimenting. Keep trying. Huh? So all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Charan. Our next finalist is Manideep Seal. We shall now play the video of Manideep Seal.
Hi, I am Mandeep Sheil. I am a student of class 10 of St. Francis Middle School, Gulsi, West Bengal. The topic given to us is future transportation. So, I have made this working model where it can avoid any obstacle in its way. It is a sensor which senses the obstacle. It is a motor driver shield which, getting on command from the sensor, controls the motor and changes its direction. Here is the Arduino Uno, which is the main motherboard of this working model and controls both the sensor and the motor driver shield. The car is powered by 4 motors and 2 lithium-ion batteries. So as we have saw that when it senses that there is a wall, it again stops its motors for a while and again changes the direction and starts its motion. So the main objective of making this working model is that in India, in the present years, thousands of people die due to road accidents. Many of them have fatalities, some of them get paralyzed, and some gets or lose their limbs. This card, as we have saw that it can avoid any mishap, so it will not cause any road accident. In India, the main reason of these accidents is the negligence of drivers and rash driving. But every time we cannot blame the drivers. So in future, when there will be no fossil fuel and when there will be need of no accident card and anti-accident card, I think this model will be working or will be an effective model for the future. I hope you like my demonstration of the card. Thank you.
You can now put forward your question, Mr. Dinesh.
Thank you. Nice. It's good to see you made a working model, Manideep. Manideep, I have a couple of questions now for you. How will the vehicle identify whether it's a car or whether it's a person or whether it's some other? Let's say you went to park the car, or you are traveling and then there are some person coming, or there is some obstacle, because these are sensors, right? So how do you distinguish between whether it's a road, whether it's a car, whether it's some obstacle? How do you distinguish that?
Sir, in this car, I have not made that feature till now because it identifies everything as an obstacle and it stops and chooses direction to avoid the accidents.
So for example, you're traveling and there is a traffic, so it will observe a sensor, and if it changes the direction, it will be harmful.
No, sir. When we were in a traffic, that time the sensor will only detect the obstacles, and that time the driver will be in active state, so he can stop the car.
So how will a car, how in your mechanism will a person know whether it's a traffic or whether you have just slowed down?
Sir, when practical use of this car is that when at nights everyone is traveling and especially the trucks, they are always doing rash driving. So if person comes in its way, it will automatically stop. We have seen the highway that many accidents occur when drivers sleep in the bus or
It will be so
the
easy
truck
to
due to
stop a
lazy.
car. So in that case, if you want to stop any car, you just go ahead and just stop the car. That will be risky also. All the bugglers will take advantage out of it.
Yes, sir.
So any solution for that? Think around it. Okay. Now you mentioned about rash driving. You mentioned about accidents. You are in Gulsi, right? It's in Vardhaman district, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think if I'm not wrong, your school is like near the highway only, right?
Yes, sir.
How many accidents happens every year or every month or every week in the area where you stay? Do you have any data for that?
Sir, in a week, 10 or 12.
10 or 12. What is the reason for this 10 and 12? Can you just give me some reasons why these accidents are happening? I mean, have you researched on that?
Yes, sir. In the highways, there is speed limit of 40 km, 60 km. But every driver is driving over 100 or 80, which is the main reason while crossing the highways of people.
So
This is
sensors.
the main reason of.
So the problem is not the sensors. The problem is the speed limit.
Yes, sir. The speed limit.
Okay. Now tell me, who are better drivers in general, male or female?
So both are good drivers. It depends on their consciousness while driving. While driving a vehicle, is the consciousness.
Statistically speaking, you will see that females are better driver than male. In terms of like, you will see the most accidents that happens are from the male, not from the female. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Why I'm saying all these things to you is that, like, see, whenever you attempt any project, right, try to understand the root cause of it, right? So it's a beautiful model of sensor that you have built, right? And it might so happen that this particular thing might have an application not in only in transportation but in some other areas also. That's what's the beauty of science and engineering, right? So, but like if you like forcefully try to put a solution just because there is a sensor based thing, I think it will not serve the purpose, right? So you mentioned the main reason of car the accidents are not the sensor, not the obstacles, but the main reason is actually the driving limit, the speed limit, right? So you might actually build a sensor based model where if the speed is more, the car automatically do something around it, right? So you could have explored that also. But good, like I was very happy to see that you made actually a working model. Which sensors you use on a car?
So ultrasonic sensors.
And how do you got this idea? Like anyone helped it, or you have watched?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One of my elder brothers gave me this idea of making this car.
Okay. And what are the other components you have used? You have used sensors. What else? Arduino, you said.
Jumper wires, motor driver shield, Arduino Uno,
Okay.
lithium.
Yeah. In Arduino, you programmed the vehicle.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that the code you have written, or again the code you have.
No, sir. Code I have obtained and got help from my brothers. So he helped me in making that code. I am not expert in that, so he helped me.
Very, very nice. Good to see the reply. Good. Being honest is also very important. So very good. Chalo, nice. Manideep, please explore further. It's a really good model that you have prepared. Explore it further, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Manideep. Our sixth finalist is Rishabh Goswami. We shall now play the video of Rishabh Goswami.
Greetings everyone, my name is Rishabh Goswami of class 11 Science of St. Francis High Secondary School, Narangi, Guwahati, Assam. According to the BP Statistical Index, there are world crude oil reserve would last only the next 50 years. Since majority of the automobiles depends on crude oil-based products, its limited availability can be a major setback for future transportation. Also, vehicles have become a major cause of air pollution, so the only option which we have right now is to switch to a greener and more sustainable source of energy. Hydrogen is one of the best alternatives which we have right now. It doesn't have any ill effects as the only byproducts produced on its combustion are water and heat. But one obstacle which we face is the lack of energy for the production of hydrogen. So in this model, I have tried to propose an innovative solution to deal with the lack of energy for the production of hydrogen. It's a combination of solar and hydrogen energy for increasing the increasing the fuel efficiency. So the plan which I put forward is that all the 2-lane roads in urban areas, almost all the 2-lane roads can be covered with solar panels. In this way, we'll be getting an approximate area of 2 lakh square meters within a radius of 5 kilometers, which would be providing about 25,000 units of energy per day, which will be enough to run a hydrogen production center. This means we'll be getting a hydrogen production center within a radius of every 5 kilometers. Another advantage which the solar panels would have is that it will provide shade and make movement during the day more comfortable. So in this model, I have used 2 containers and graphite rods as electrodes, and I hope you can see the gases being produced. So the hydrogen produced can be compressed and stored, which can serve the purpose of fueling vehicles. Another gas which is produced during electrolysis is oxygen, which is of course another very essential gas for humans. So another advantage for a country like India is that it is surrounded with water from 3 sides. This means that if we are able to improve our pipelines, we have no lack of water for electrolysis. Also, the transportation cost of water is much less than transportation cost of crude oil. So the large amount of money that is spent on importing crude oil from those Arabian countries will be saved. Now let's come to the benefits of a hydrogen car. We know that an average electric car can travel a distance of 350 to 400 km on a single full charge, whereas an average hydrogen car can easily travel 600 km, and the top models have already touched the 850 km mark. Secondly, an electric car takes many hours to charge, whereas it takes only 5 to 10 minutes for charging a hydrogen powered vehicle. So this makes hydrogen cars more convenient when it comes to traveling long distances. Thirdly, hydrogen cars give a better energy supply as compared to electric cars. So they are more convenient when it comes to traveling in hilly areas. Also, electric cars have a high maintenance demand and their battery wears out with time. And the replacement of the battery can of course be very, very expensive. So hydrogen cars have a comparatively lower maintenance demand, and in the long run, if we see, hydrogen cars are much more economically feasible. So once these petroleum-based vehicles are replaced with sustainable sources of energy, it will be called a revolution. In fact, a worldwide vehicle revolution. I hope you like my model. Thanks for watching and have a nice day ahead.
Yes, Mr. Dinesh, you can now put forward your question for Rishabh Goswami.
Yeah, Rishabh, you have made a model of, you're propagating, or you're suggesting the use of hydrogen as a fuel, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You said that you're doing electrolysis of water. What is electrolysis and what are you trying to produce out of it?
So when electrolysis is based on the principle that when electricity is passed through water, it breaks into hydrogen and oxygen ions. So what basically happens is that the electrodes, one is the cathode, the negative electrode, and there's the anode, the positive electrode. So hydrogen, it gets collected near the cathode, and the anion, which is the oxygen, gets collected in the anode. So the hydrogen can be collected and compressed and used for that purpose.
So when you use electrolysis, you're using electricity, right? So
Yes,
you use one source of energy, because
yes,
you are getting it from some power grid, right? And from that you're producing hydrogen. And so can you say in that hydrogen that you're producing is also electric in nature? I mean, you use electricity to produce it?
Yes, sir. I have. It's a form of electricity. Like electricity is getting used up, but of course the problem with hydroelectricity is that the storability is a bit less. It's not easy to store it for a very long duration time, and hydrogen can be stored. And I also, the other advantages I've already mentioned.
Can you just give me a number? Like a hydrogen fueled car can go till how long? You've said in the video.
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir, on 2nd June, the Toyota Mirai, it's a hydrogen car. It had broken the world record. Like it traveled 1,003 kilometers on a single go, and it consumed about 0.5 kg of hydrogen per 100 kilometers.
Okay.
So,
So that is
it
an
was
advantage.
quite a nice achievement.
Yes, that is an advantage of hydrogen. Now,
Yes,
what is
sir.
the challenges with hydrogen? What are the challenges with using
Sir,
hydrogen?
I think that you can.
What are the risks? What are the risks?
So first of all, what we are facing, the main problem which we are facing is the lack of energy for the production of hydrogen itself. Otherwise, the response of hydrogen is very good.
No,
there's a lack of energy.
I don't think so, because we have electricity, we have power grids, water is available, we have electrolysis facilities in India, and we are producing a lot of hydrogen in India itself. So
yes, sir. But recently, that Korean car maker, that Hyundai, had to step back due to the lack of energy and lack of hydrogen. It was planning to introduce its hydrogen cars in India, but it had to step back due to lack of hydrogen.
lack of hydrogen,
So
it is the availability of hydrogen gas stations.
Yes, sir. So these things need to be developed first.
Okay, so that is the problem, right? The transportation of hydrogen is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, hydrogen is that it has a lot of energy with it, right? The calorific value is very high, so it's not very easy to transport.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It's very risky to transport hydrogen in general, right?
Yes, sir. That's why. So that's why I suggested that within a radius of every 5 kilometer, the area can have its own hydrogen production center, so that transportation doesn't become an issue. Instead, water can be transported.
Every 5 kilometer in India, if you have a hydrogen station only in Guwahati, let's say you want to cover only one state, it will require thousands and thousands of gas stations.
Yes, sir. But so I mainly targeted the urban areas. Like it has a more road coverage, so more amount of.
In an urban area, and then you want to travel outside, and you went to a rural area.
Yes, sir.
And then there is no hydrogen, and then you cannot run your car. Then.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you said you have used electrolysis. So I wanted to understand what is the thing that, like, hydrogen cell is available, hydrogen fuel car is available, production of hydrogen via electrolysis of water is there, right? So what is the thing that you have added to it?
So what I want to suggest is that recently on 4th August, if we see the team of IIT Bangalore, it had invented it discovered a new method which increases the production of hydrogen through electrolysis. Like it was led by Professor C. Subramaniam, I guess. So what they did was that they used magnetic field while performing electrolysis. So what was found out was that it produces it used 19% less electricity, and it was able to produce 3 times more hydrogen at the same time.
So what is the new that you have added? That's what I'm asking.
Sir, like if these things are added, then hydrogen, that compression, the gases are compressed, then I guess it would be helpful for the transportation in local areas.
So when you store hydrogen in a tank, what are the safety precautions that you have to take in storing hydrogen?
So firstly, the leakage should be checked, and then the coating of the tank, it should be made of a non-reactive metal, so that explosions don't occur, because hydrogen is a highly inflammable material, if we see. So it should be stored in a very non-reactive container.
Rishabh, you're in which class now?
So I'm in class 11.
Okay. You've taken science?
Yes, sir.
Sure. All the best, huh? Our Karo space.
Thank
This
you,
is an interesting space. My background is also that I'm also a chemical engineer, so I know the challenges that are there. I have worked in an electrolysis plant, so I know what are the challenges. That's why I ask these questions, and I think it's good. Like, you just start exploring. It's good that you're reading about these things. So keep it up. Yes, we can go to the next student, Priyam.
Thank you, Rishabh. Our 7th finalist is Shahid Sattar. We shall now play the video of Shahid.
So good morning everyone, respected judges, teachers and all my dear friends. So my name is Shahid Sattar. I am from class 11 SFS Guwahati State, Assam. So in this video I will let you know how to make a future IT based transportation system. So my first project, as you can see here, is piezoelectric plate electricity generation. So when I press it, some electricity is producing on this plate. As you can see here, it goes down and up as more as you press. So I am pressing it. So more electricity will be produced, as you can see here. The more you press, the more electricity will be produced. As you can 0.64. So in this way, we can also store energy and store it in batteries, which can be used to control street lights and all, and help us to store the electrical energy. So my next video, as you can see here, is this is a home automation system which can be used to control all appliances from any part of the world. So as you can see here, I have made this Blink app which can be used to control all these devices. So as you can see, currently all the appliances are switched off. So when I turn it on, the fan light turns on, and when I turn it off, the light turns off. Similarly for the motor, when I turn it on, the motor turns on, and when I turn it off, the motor turns off. So this system can be particularly used in cars to self-control the cars, to self-drive the cars using a mobile phone. So my next project, as you can see here, is that this is a temperature control fan. So when the temperature reaches 30 degrees Celsius, the fan will be automatically turned on. So as you can see here, at 30 degrees Celsius, the fan is automatically turned on. Similarly, when I heat this up, automatically turns off. So in this way, we can also temperature control the fan. So in this system can be particularly used in cars to for cooling system and all, when the engine gets very hot and it needs some cooling system and safety security system. So this system can be particularly used in cars. When the temperature becomes very high, it will automatically switch on to cool the engine. And when the temperature becomes very hot, the fan lights automatically turn on. In this way, you can also control the fan and make our system more secure. So now I'm going to show you how I've made. The program this Wi-Fi module. So currently I want to show you this program. So this is the program which I uploaded to the microcontroller board. As you can see, this microcontroller board. I have currently this program is being uploaded to the microcontroller board. So let me explain the code briefly. So here I have defined the necessary libraries, that is the ESP8266 Wi-Fi library and the Blink library. Here I have you'll get an authentication token from the Blink app, which you have to paste it here. Enter the network name and password of your router, and just upload the code in the Node MCU board. So in this way, we can control your home appliances via internet. We can automatically control the fan by using the temperature and generate electricity by walking, etc. So with this, I complete my project. Thank you.
You can put forward your question, Mr. Dinesh, to Shahid.
So Sahid, yeah. So Sahid, well done.
Yes, sir.
The video, and I have also seen those small cars that you had. So it seems like you love tinkering and you love making things, huh? So good.
Yes.
Sahid, I wanted to know now, like you used piezoelectric, like what is piezoelectric?
Sir, piezoelectric effect is the ability of certain materials to generate an electric charge in response to applied mechanical stress. So when I applying the pressure on the crystal plates on both the upward and the downward direction, the positive and the negative charge, they get symmetrically assigned in one direction. The positive charges flow on the other side and the negative charges flow on the other side. In this way, electrostatic potential is developed across the material, and hence electricity is produced.
Okay. And you also use microcontroller?
Yes, sir.
So which microcontroller you used?
Sir, Node MCU.
Node MCU. And how you did the programming? Like you did yourself or you borrowed the code?
Sir, no, I have first, I am getting the example code and I have just modified according to my specifications.
Okay. How you got access to all those things?
Sir?
How you got access to?
I'm not getting.
How you got to know about that there exists something called as microcontroller, something called as piezoelectric?
Sir, I have seen it from YouTube videos. I have learned it from there only.
Okay. Now, what is your solution like that you wanted to propose? Like you have shown piezoelectric, you have shown microcontrollers, right? So what is that solution that you want to suggest for?
Sir, when cars are when piezoelectric plates are laid on the roads, when cars goes over the roads, then some pressure energy is produced. So that pressure is converted to electrical energy, and that electrical energy is stored in capacitors, batteries, or any other device. So which can be used for later or for powering up any electrical power source.
Sahid, like, have you seen any country or any region in the world which is using this concept of piezoelectricity?
Yes, in nuclear power farms in USA, this piezoelectric sensors concept is used.
Okay. Do you know what is the cost involved? What is the practicality of those instruments? You already have a lane, right? Now, how do you install these things in a let's say you imagine a school road, and how do you really
Yes,
put all those things, like, I mean, what is the cost?
sir. Sir, first we have to the in the road we have to duct some part and place the crystal plates on the road in the downward direction.
Basically, we have to like, I would say, like, restructure the road, right? That will
Yes, sir.
cost. Okay. What else? Once you install
So
that,
then we have to connect all the piezoelectric sensors in parallel, and then we have to connect it to a bridge rectifier, and then rectifier will convert the AC input into DC output, and then we are getting the energy.
so what is the cost
Electrical
involved?
energy.
I mean, I wanted to understand how practical is that. Like, if there is already a road, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's say you build a road, right? And there are roads many places. If you're building a road
Yes, sir.
first time or rebuilding it, then it's fine.
Yes, sir.
What if the road is already there? Like, how do you really, like, put this system there, and how expensive is that?
Sir, it might cost around 5 to 4,000 around that, because we have to use big crystal plates for generation of the electricity. So big crystal plates, so that more energy will be produced, which can be used in nuclear farms or etc. So
This is very implement, trying to understand that. So Sai, think about it. I'm sure. Yes, Sai.
Sir, I will surely think about it.
Do think about it, because that's a more practical, like, that's the real problem right now. This idea is there, and the people who have used it, like, are very, like, they have a lot of funds available. But say, for
Sir,
example,
yes, but sir, this system is very pollution free. It doesn't got much pollution. Yes, sir, it have very low maintenance, and so when it is placed under a road of constant flowing cars, then the more electricity generation will be produced. So that's why.
yeah, I would suggest you to, maybe you can apply it also somewhere near your home. Give it a
Yes,
try.
sir.
And maybe you can use, and you can come and go, and some maybe a bulb is powered by it, because that will give you an idea of what are the practical problems.
Yes, sir. We can power up to 2 watt bulbs via single press on the plate.
Maybe in the school you can like, put, like, when student enter in the school, maybe the school can be powered. Just think about it and try to apply it. Okay, sure. All the best, side. Priyam, we can go.
Yes. Thank you, Shahid. Our eighth finalist, who is also the final participant for today, is Sean Zion Gonzalez. We shall now play the video of Sean.
Good morning. My name is Sean Zion Gonzalez. I am from class 11th B and from St. Francis de Sales School, Janakpuri, New Delhi. Today I am here to present you the Tesla coil. It was invented by Sir Nikola Tesla, therefore named after him. A Tesla coil is an air-cooled high-voltage transformer. It converts low-voltage alternating current to very high-voltage alternating current. It's basically a step-up transformer. Here I have 12 volt and 1 amp from my adapter. I plug it into the circuit. The direct current from the adapter is converted to alternating current by the transistor in the circuit, which goes in the primary coil, the yellow coil, which creates a magnetic field around it. This magnetic field is inducing a current in the secondary coil. Due to the large ratio of the turns in the secondary and primary coil, there is more voltage induced in the secondary coil and less current. The power remains the same. Therefore, we have high alternating and high voltage with low current, which cannot harm us, we can touch it. The high frequency alternating current causes the skin effect, which means that there is lower concentration of current in the center of the wire and higher concentration of current in the surface of the wire. When I touch the coil and high voltage passes through me, it doesn't pass internally through me, it passes through a thin layer on the skin. Therefore, it's called the skin effect. It doesn't harm us because our outer skin has very high resistance. The high voltage creates an electromagnetic area surrounding the coil. When we bring a phosphorus tube light near it, the mercury vapor in the tube light gets excited, which generates ultraviolet light. When hits the phosphorus is converted into visible white light. The energy can pass wirelessly through air, but when it is out of the magnetic field range, the energy reduces. My body can also absorb the energy. We can also use this to light up LEDs. We can also use neon bulbs, as neon is a noble gas which gets excited by the high voltage. I can also make a coil of copper wire and create a inductor which induces current from the coil. I have connected a small LED across the terminals. Due to alternating current, the LED can be connected in any way. Because the terminals of the diode doesn't matter, because this is alternating current, this means that the LED is blinking several times per second, which we can't see. This is the circuit. This is the Slayer exciter circuit, which can produce very high frequency alternating current. The direct current from the adapter flows through the resistor and the primary coil, but the primary coil isn't activated because the transistor is not active. It's an NPN transistor. When the positive goes through the resistor into the base of the transistor is activated and therefore the circuit is complete. This creates an electromagnetic field around the primary coil, which is then induced in the secondary coil. This terminal of the secondary coil becomes negatively charged, which is connected to the base of the transistor, which switches off the transistor, and the primary coil switches off. Because there is no induced current in the secondary coil, the voltage drops to 0, and then again the positive goes through the base, and then again the primary is activated, and this cycle repeats again and again. I have connected two diodes for protection because the negative voltage could damage the transistor. The advantages of a Tesla coil are: first, They do not need an iron core, which reduces cost and space and doesn't lose power in heat. Second, pure sine wave is obtained. The wave is same as the resonant frequency of the coil. Third, uniform voltage distribution across the coil. The disadvantages of a Tesla coil are: first, they are not very efficient, they use a lot of power and the range is very low. Second, they may damage electronics near its range. Third, an individual device cannot be turned off separately until and unless it is not grounded. Thank you.
So you can
So
now put forward your question, Mr. Dinesh.
yeah, okay. Then we can. I think we can start. Sean, how you made this Tesla coil? Like, what are the things that you required to make it?
Sir, I wound uh, enameled copper wire, insulated copper wire on cardboard, many tons, about 810 tons, which is the secondary coil, and I wound thin gauge wire, 28 gauge wire. Then I used a thick wire for the primary coil, which was about 4 tons, and I used a high voltage, high powerful NPN transistor because it can take the load, and I use the resistor to step down the voltage, and I use a 12-volt adapter
Okay.
and some diodes to prevent from damaging the transistor.
What it's was it? What is the kind of what is the application that you're trying to think wanted to apply of using Tesla coil in transportation?
Tesla coil can help in wireless
Mhm.
transmission of electricity.
Okay. So how it will help in transportation? Like, I mean, what how you want to apply this concept in the transportation thing? Like, the theme is transportation, right? So what do you want to like how you want to apply this thing in transportation? Basically, that's what I want to understand.
And transmit wireless energy in the form of electromagnetic radiation through air without wires.
Okay. Now in Tesla coil, what will happen if you decrease the number of turns, like of the secondary coil? Say from 800 you brought it to 600 or 400. What will be the effect of it?
Then the turn ratio will decrease and the voltage and the output will be low.
Low. And if there are more turns in the secondary coil,
Then the turn ratio will be greater and the output voltage will be high.
voltage is higher, then what will happen? What will be the consequences of it?
High voltage can damage equipment, but the current is low, power is low, so it wouldn't damage us. At high frequencies, electricity causes the skin effect, which likes to travel on the outer surface of the conductor, so it doesn't damage us.
Doesn't damage us. And what if I kind of increase the primary turn numbers, like from 4, if I increase it to 8, let's say.
Then the turn ratio will decrease, so the output voltage will decrease. And if we reduce the primary coil, then the turn ratio will increase and the voltage will be high.
So you used in your particular device, the one that you made, like this can produce what amount of electricity?
I did some calculations, sir. The turn ratio is 110 divided by 4, which is 202.5 into the input voltage, which is 12 volts. So at the output, it's approximately 2470 volts or 2.47 kilovolts.
So let's say because there will be some heat loss also. So let's say around 2.4 kilovolt. Now with 2.4 kilovolt, how much? What all you can do? Like, can you charge a mobile phone?
Yes, sir. The wireless charger mobile phones which have a coil in it, this Tesla coil can induce current in that coil, but that is meant for lower frequencies. And my Tesla coil is 1.5 megahertz, which is too much for that.
Correct. One more thing, seen like this is a very like this Tesla coil is a like it's already there, right? The model is already there. So what is the thing that you have done apart from the existing model?
I just made a circuit.
Out of it? Okay.
It was already made, I didn't invent it. It was invented by Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla. So you just you kind of made a working model of this same theory, right? Good. All very good scene. Like, keep making things really good. So, thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sean. As we have witnessed the final round, I would like to mention that each participant was very well engaged and well prepared with their respective ideas and thoughts. We were able to view different, innovative, and emerging ideas as well. So I would now request our respected judge, Mr. Dinesh Lahoti, to say a few words.
So, I mean, I have seen everyone's model and we have interacted individually. I really appreciate, all of you who have taken some time out in this pandemic and have participated in an online mode. So many congratulations. I think in my point of view, you all are winner because this taking this initiative and making things and shooting the video and participating in an event is a great gesture. So I really want to congratulate all of you. You all were finalists, and who wins, who lose doesn't matter much. But what is the main important takeaway is that I'm sure like you have got some insight hearing your other friends also, right? You have got some ideas and some approaches like, okay, what are the other things that people have done and what can I learn from them, right? As a science student, as I was saying again and again, it's a very evolving field. You learn every day. I learned a lot of things today interacting with you all, and I'm sure all of you have learned something or the other by interacting and hearing to your friends also, right? So please do keep participating and don't keep like today you have made a model. It is something this I have seen a very common part is that many of the students mainly participate only in the exam, only in the competition, and after the competition is over, the project is also over. Like for example, some of you had a beautiful idea of working on IoT, some of you have a beautiful idea of working on Tesla coil, or in working on different materials, right? So I would strongly suggest you, and I will encourage you, and you will see the fruits of it later on. But please keep continuing, continue the work with your model, try to improvise it, try to make it better, and again participate in some or the other competition, right? So jitna participate karoge, the more you participate, the more you will learn, and the more you will able to I would say like I'm sure like when you present in online, this is a new skill that you have learned, right? How to present your competition in an online mode. And this will help you, this will truly help you not only today but also in the days to come, right? So I feel that this should not be the end of the end of the competition, or this should not be the end. I would strongly encourage you all to please go and pursue it forward, right? My name Dinesh Lahoti, like you can feel free to connect with me if you want to further work on the project and want to improvise it and want some input, want some insights, we can discuss in detail. But my suggestion is that please don't stop it, because it should not be the end of your work, right? Do tinker. I think we need more of people who do experiments in India, right? We need more people who are more hands-on, who can build things, right? We really need it. The country really needs these innovators and these people who tinkers around, right? So keep doing this. It's very important. Keep thinking, keep reading about it. Be as scientific as possible, right? Try to understand the scientific principle behind it, right? There might be certain concepts which are beyond your age right now, but you still give it a try. Thanks to internet, thanks to all amazing videos that are available, amazing resources that are available, amazing mentors and teachers who are now more available for you thanks to internet. So kindly use the best out of it. So I think you all are winner. I'm really want to again congratulate all of you, and I really feel that you have really taken a very good step of participating. I think that's very important in this pandemic when everything is off. At least you have tried your best to be active and do things like this. So do participate in as many events. I also want to congratulate SFS School Narangi, Principal Sir, Priyam, and the entire team, for taking up this initiative of helping students engage with them. So many congratulations to the school also. And thank you for inviting me. I mean, it was a lovely morning. I learned a lot of things. So all the best and best wishes for your future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your encouragement to all the students. So as we have now come to the end of our final round, it was lovely watching all the participants. Well, as we have witnessed the final round, I would like to say that each participant was very engaged and well prepared with their respective ideas and thought process. It will definitely be difficult for a respected judge to select the winners from amongst them. With this, I would like to mention that all the participants have contributed wonderfully to make the event a treat to watch and witness different emerging ideas and thoughts. The most awaited time has come now, where we shall know the winners for the budding scientist after this round. Winners will be categorized into 3 positions, first, second and third respectively. I would now invite our respected judge, Mr. Dinesh Lahoti, to say a few words and do the honor of declaring the winners of the competition as to who shall be the budding scientist for the Online Talent Hunt 2021, organized by St. Francis de Sales Higher Secondary School, Guwahati, Assam.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Independence Day. I'm very happy to announce the winners of Budding Scientists. First, I want to congratulate all the people who participated in the event. I think it's really great to see students participating and building models despite of the situation of pandemic. So I think all are winner and many congratulations to all of you. In any science competition, science model making competition, I think it's a great opportunity for you to learn something with regard to whatever ideas you have or learn so far. You get a chance to apply those principles in form of a competition. So I hope it's not the end, but rather you start your journey. All the students who have made the model, I would strongly recommend and suggest all of you to continue your practice, continue tinkering with the whole thing, with the model that you have made, and try to make the model a reality. So now let me announce the winners. The third goes to Sean Zion Gonzalez. Congratulations, Sean. Second goes to Deboshri Conver. Congratulations, Deboshri. And first goes to Shahid Satar. Congratulations, Shahid. Again, all the best. Congratulations to all the finalists. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words of wisdom and for honoring us with your presence, becoming a part of this event. I would like to congratulate all the participants for being a part of the competition, making it a success. Congratulations to all the 3 winners, our budding scientists for 2021, for bagging the respective positions. Let us now move into our second category of the Online Talent Hunt, Budding Vocalist. The event has been graced by Mr. Padmanath Bordoloi as our honorable judge. Padmanath Bordoloi is a renowned singer, songwriter, music composer and anchor from the state of Assam. He has sung many songs in Assamese, Hindi, Nepali, Bengali, Marathi and English as well. He was nominated for the Global Indian Music Academy Award in 2016 for the Best Music Debut Non-Film segment for his first ever Hindi composition, Teri Jo Baatein Hai. He is a trained Hindustani classical and Western music singer. He is also the first Assamese singer to become a finalist in the reality show Saregama in 2013. Let us now begin this competition. Participants self-compose their songs based on the given topic for the event. The topic provided to all the students was based on COVID-19. The topic was Tribute to COVID-19 Warriors, or a song instilled with hope and motivation to all affected by COVID-19 around the world, out of which top 10 videos have been shortlisted by the judges. The shortlisted videos will be telecasted today in this event, out of which 3 position holders will be declared as the first, second and third prize winners respectively. Let us begin this musical extravaganza with the first performance by Somidha Laha from Bidhan Chandra Institution, West Bengal.
Hi everyone, I am Somidha Laha of class 11 of Bidhan Chandra Institution, Durgapur, and I am representing my state, West Bengal. We all know this pandemic has taken a great toll on each and everyone's life, be it great or small. Here's a prayer to unite our strengths together, wishing for everyone's good livelihood.
Thank you, Soumidha, for your wonderful and melodious performance. Moving on to the second performance, let us witness Rideep Fukan from Montfort Convent School, Assam.
Hello everyone, this is Rideep Fukan and I'm from Assam, studying in Montfort School, Guwahati. And today I'm going to present a song based on the topic Ray of Hope of Beloved. There's a day that would you turn your way back home, would you make it out to it somehow? Look around, there are people all around, waiting for you to get on your own. Here's a gift card waiting for you to grab it on your hands. Light it up to the world of darkness, 'cause that's what all you can. Yeah, the raindrops telling you to fill it all up, by the ocean telling you to give it all up. But you get our head up and see the sunlight. We're heroes and twists you've never noticed. Never broke it apart, you've never broke it apart. Hey, don't worry, there's nothing's gonna break you now. Hey, don't worry, there's nothing's gonna break you down. Hey, don't worry, there's nothing's gonna make you down. Hey, don't worry, there's nothing's gonna break you now. Hear the raindrops telling you to fill it all up, but the ocean's telling you to give it all up. But you get our head up and see the sunlight. But here's a twist you've never known. It's never broke it apart, you've never broke it apart. Hey, don't worry, there's nothing's gonna break you now. Hey, don't worry, there's nothing's gonna break you now. Hey, don't worry, there's nothing's gonna make you down. Hey, don't worry, there's nothing's gonna make you down. Thank you.
Thank you, Rideep. We are truly mesmerized by your amazing and splendid performance. Let us now welcome the third performance for today by Upasana Burman from St. Francis de Sales Higher Secondary School, Guwahati, Assam.
Hi everyone, myself Upasana Bormon. I study in class 7A. My school name is sfsnarengism. My state is Assam. सब है अपूर्ण प्रभु आपके बिना, सब है अपूर्ण प्रभु आपके बिना।
Thank you, Upasana, for a beautiful melodious song. Moving on with our fourth performance by Nabneet Chaudhary from South Point School, Assam.
I am Nabneet Chaudhary of class 7 from South Point School, Guwahati, Assam.
कहीं सुबह का इंतजार हम सब कर रहे हैं, कहीं सुबह का इंतजार हम सब कर रहे हैं, न जाने कितने लोग इस बीमार से डर रहे हैं, कहीं सुबह का इंतजार हम सब कर रहे हैं, उनकी मदद कर रहे हैं वो सच्चे देशभक्त जो दे रहे हैं उनको अपना कीमती वक्त, उनकी मदद कर रहे हैं वो सच्चे देशभक्त जो दे रहे हैं उनको अपना कीमती वक्त। सलाम है उनको अपना सलाम है, उनकी हिम्मत को भी अपना सलाम है, सलाम है उनको अपना सलाम है, उनकी हिम्मत को भी अपना सलाम है, वो अपनी जान खतरे में डालकर हमारी जान बचाते, वो उनके अपनों को छोड़कर हमारे अपनों को संभालते, जो अपने बारे में ना सोचकर दूसरों की परवाह करते, वो डॉक्टर्स नर्सेस और पुलिस वाले हमारे दिल में बसते, जो अपने बारे में ना सोचकर दूसरों की परवाह करते, वो डॉक्टर्स नर्सेस और पुलिस वाले हमारे दिल में बसते, वो डॉक्टर्स नर्सेस और पुलिस वाले हमारे दिल में बसते। सलाम है उनको अपना सलाम है, उनकी हिम्मत को भी अपना सलाम है, सलाम है उनको अपना सलाम है, उनकी हिम्मत को भी अपना सलाम है, कहीं सुबह का इंतजार हम सब कर रहे हैं, कहीं सुबह का इंतजार हम सब कर रहे हैं, नई सुबह का इंतजार हम सब कर रहे हैं।
Thank you, Navneet, for a soulful performance. Let us witness the fifth performance for today by Nyonyok Talom from Montfort School, Assam.
A warm and a pleasant good morning to everyone. Respected jury, the dignitaries, and everyone who's watching this video. Today, I, Nyonyok Talom from Arunachal Pradesh of Montfort School, Guwahati, Class 12, is going to present a self-composed song based on hope and motivation for those affected by COVID before you. मुश्किलें हैं बढ़ी पर आगे बढ़ना है हमें, तकलीफें हैं बढ़ी पर सबसे लड़ना है हमें, आओ हम सब चले एक ऐसी राहों पे जो कांटों से है भरी, बदली तो our destiny, पहला हो वेव यहाँ फिर हो दूसरा वेव, we'll fight it, you and me. Yes, you and me. चाहे कोरोना का फैला कहर, पर हम में भी है एक लहर उम्मीद की। आओ सभी डटे रहे हम whatsoever, so give your best and be the different one. संदेश ये go tell everyone that fight back corona. Oh yeah, fight back corona. जिंदगी ये आ गई है आज कैसे मोड़ पे, जा रहे जहां से हमको अपने सारे छोड़ के। रब से बस दुआ यही कि हौसला ना तोड़ दे, और काश जल्दी बीत जाए वक्त जो गंभीर है। ज्ञान देने नहीं आया पर आया हूँ कुछ बताने, जरूरी जीत नहीं जरूरी ये कि हार ना माने। अकेला राम ने अगर हराया दशानन को, तो पूरी दुनिया के लिए एक वायरस क्या है। हाँ, माहौल से बड़ा दुनिया में ना कोई शिक्षा है। आज सबकी बारी देनी ये कठिन परीक्षा है। वायरस ने बन के कहर खेला अपना खेल है, तो लड़के जीतना है, होना नहीं है फेल। ठीक है, 2 गज दूरी मास्क जरूरी ये सब याद रखना। बी अहद टू समवन हू नीड, तेरा क्या ही जाएगा। माना कि अच्छा नहीं ये दिन फिलहाल यारों, पर कर्मा की है बात यानी अच्छा दिन भी आएगा। कर्मा की है बात यानी अच्छा दिन भी आएगा। कर्मा की है बात यानी चाहे कोरोना का फैला कहर, पर हम में भी है एक लहर उम्मीद की। आओ सभी डटे रहे हम whatsoever, so give your best and be the different one. संदेश ये go tell everyone that fight back corona. Oh yeah, fight back corona. Thank you.
Thank you, Nyonyok, for your amazing and wonderful performance. I'm sure everyone is enjoying witnessing the lovely performances of the students. Each performance is amazing. We shall continue this musical melody with the upcoming performance by Samaira Prasad from Sarla Birla Gyanjyoti, Assam.
Good morning everybody. My name is Samaira Prasad and I am from class 6B, Sarla Birla Gyanjyoti School, Assam, Guwahati. We may be younger, but we must be bold. The world is in a lockdown. We are in a cage, but they're heroes who are fighting round and round. We cannot break right now, but they're heroes who are fighting round and round. Yes, they are our cold warriors, our cold warriors. Salute to our heroes, our cold warriors. Whatever we say or do can never be enough. Bow our head and our heart with love, but no thanks is big enough to match up their gratitude. We promise to stand with you. It's all we can say, we can do. Tell me your every story. Tell me why you don't stop it. Tell me why you're still walking with us. The world is not in a good place now, but the heroes who are fighting round and round and round. Yes, they are our cold warriors. Yes, they are our cold warriors, our cold warriors. But the dream can be true. To get out of this pit, together we shall overcome. overcome. Together we shall overcome. Thank you, our cowboy warriors. Thank you.
Thank you, Samira. Moving forward with the seventh performance for today, let us welcome Souvik Barwa Chaudhary from Zoom International School, West Bengal.
Hello everyone, myself Souvik Barwa Chaudhary of class 11 of Zoom International School, Durgapur. I am going to represent my state, West Bengal. So, as we all know that we are going through this pandemic situation, so I am presenting a song to motivate all the people of our nation. So, let's begin. हालात है हजारों की पर जान नहीं पाते, बातें हुए इनके यादों की जो सोच के डर जाते। हालात है हजारों की पर जान नहीं पाते, बातें हुए इनके यादों की जो सोच के डर जाते। कल होगी जीत इस बार जो भी हो है विश्वास, हार न मानेंगे लड़ दिखाएंगे, हार न मानेंगे लड़ दिखाएंगे। हम हैं सब तैयार, हम हैं सब तैयार। हालात है हजारों की पर जान नहीं पाते, बातें उनके यादों की जो सोच के डर जाते। माँ ने वो बातें बताई कहीं, रक्षा करे सारी जिंदगी। माँ ने वो बातें बताई कहीं, रक्षा करे सारी जिंदगी। हार न माने हौसला बनाए, हार न माने हौसला बनाए। ना हो कोई कमी, एक दिन हमें मिलेगी कामयाबी। जब होंगे सब तैयार, जब होंगे सब तैयार। हालात है हजारों की पर जान नहीं पाते, बातें हुए इनके यादों की जो सोच के डर जाते, जो सोच के डर जाते, जो सोच के डर जाते।
Thank you, Souvik, for a wonderful, engaging performance. Let us now move on to the eighth performance for today by Hiya Lunia from Sarla Birla Gyanjyoti, Assam.
Hi everyone, I am Hiya Lunia of Sarla Birla Gyanjyoti School, Class 8B from Guwahati, Assam. Today I am going to present a self-composed song, Ladenge Jeetenge, to pay tribute to our COVID warriors. हर बार से अब टकराएंगे, लड़ेंगे, जीतेंगे। हर बार से अब टकराएंगे, अब होगा आर पार। हम हैं कोविड वॉरियर, अब होगा आर पार। हम हैं कोविड वॉरियर, वो को हम हराएंगे, हम में है पैशन, देंगे वैक्सीनेशन, हम में है पैशन, देंगे वैक्सीनेशन। वो हमें न रुकना है, चलते ही जाना है, मास्क सैनिटाइजर से कोरोना को भगाना है। हमें न रुकना है, चलते ही जाना है, मास्क सैनिटाइजर से कोरोना को भगाना है। अब होगा आर पार, हम हैं कोविड वॉरियर। अब होगा आर पार, हम हैं कोविड वॉरियर। वो लड़ेंगे, जीतेंगे हर बार से, अब टकराएंगे, लड़ेंगे, जीतेंगे हर बार से, अब टकराएंगे। अब होगा आर पार, हम हैं कोविड वॉरियर। अब होगा आर पार, हम हैं कोविड वॉरियर। वो
Thank you, Hia. As we are slowly coming to the end of the musical melody today, we are now left with two final performances. Let us all join together and end this event on a musical note, experiencing these performances. We have the upcoming performance by Ahana Roy from Maharshi Vidya Mandir, Assam.
Good day everyone, my name is Ahana Roy and I am a student of class 12. Currently I am studying in Maharishi Vidya Mandir in the state of Assam in my city Guwahati. So I would like to sing a song that will possibly give hope to the lakhs of people who've been affected by COVID-19 all across the world. So this song is called Blood, Sweat and Tears. I hope you like it. Blood, sweat and tears are all that it takes. Trials and fear of mistake. Hearts on the table cry open and naked. Too far to give up a stay. 'Cause I don't have a perfect time. No, I don't have a perfect life. No, I'm not even perfect fine. But I know just what it takes. Ask me to jump, I say how high. When you ask me for patience, I'll wait in the line. But now that it's my turn, I'm gonna take it high, high. Now that it's my turn, I'm gonna take what's mine, high. Perfect life, perfect time. No, I don't have a perfect life, but I know just what it takes. When you ask me to jump, I'd say how high. When you ask me for patience, I'll wait in the I'm gonna teach you to be the best version of yourself. We're gonna win in this race. Thank you. I hope you like it.
Thank you, Ahana, for your lovely performance. Coming to the final performance for today, let us all welcome Katayan Sharma from Sarla Birla Gyanjyoti, Assam.
নমস্কাৰ, মোৰ নাম কাত্যায়ন শৰ্মা। মই ষষ্ঠ শ্ৰেণীৰ ছাত্ৰ। আজি মই স্বৰচিত গীত মহামাৰী পৰিৱেশন কৰিবলৈ ওলাইছোঁ। মহামাৰী মহামাৰী কোভিড-19 তুমি মহামাৰী 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 কোভিড-19 তুমি মহামাৰী তোমাৰ সুততে উঠুৱাই নিলা কোটি জনতাৰ প্ৰাণ হৰিলা তোমাৰ সুততে উঠুৱাই নিলা কোটি জনতাৰ প্ৰাণ হৰিলা মহামাৰী মহামাৰী কোভিড-19 তুমি মহামাৰী ৰঙা চিহ্ন তুমি জন্ম লভিলা বিশ্ব বিভীষিকা তুমি নমালা ৰঙা চিহ্ন তুমি জন্ম লভিলা বিশ্ব বিভীষিকা তুমি নমালা তই পিতা বুকু সুধা হ'ল কত শিশু আজি অনাথ হ'ল কত পৰিয়াল নিঃশেষ হ'ল বিদায় লোৱা কবি বিদায় লোৱা বিশ্ব জনতাক শান্তি দিয়া বিদায় লোৱা কবি বিদায় লোৱা বিশ্ব জনতাক শান্তি দিয়া বিশ্ব জনতাক শান্তি দিয়া
Thank you, Katayan, for your engaging performance. All the composition of the students were spectacular. Your hard work, dedication, and efforts can be well determined from your unique performances and presentation. I would now request our respected judge, Mr. Padmanav Bordoloi, to say a few words and declare the winners of the competition as to who are the budding vocalists for the Online Talent Hunt 2021 organized by St. Francis de Sales Higher Secondary School, Guwahati, Assam.
Hello everyone, this is Padmanav Bordoloi. It was a wonderful time judging for the beautiful SFS Online Talent Hunt Competition 2021, and with this video I would like to share the final results. So in third position there is a tie between Ridip Fukan and Shobik Borwa Chaudhary, and second prize goes to Upasana Burman and first prize goes to Nyonyok Talong. So my best wishes and congratulations to all the winners, and also the other contestants have done wonderfully. So keep singing and keep shining. Thank you so much.
I would like to thank Mr. Padmanav Bordoloi, our respected judge, for your inspiring and wonderful words. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for honoring us with your presence and being a part of the event, making it a success. I would also like to congratulate all the participants for being a part of the competition and putting their efforts wholeheartedly. Congratulations to all the three winners, that is the budding vocalists as well, for bagging the respective positions. We have now come to the end of the Online Talent Hunt 2021. I truly feel honored and gracious to host this wonderful event. It was lovely watching all the participants from various states come together unitedly in one common platform, sharing their skills and abilities. I would like to thank all the participants once again for being a part of the event. Special mention to a wonderful panel of judges for making the competition a successful event. I would also like to thank all the viewers for joining us in the event. Best wishes to everyone. We hope everyone keeps well and stays safe. We shall be looking forward to many more events in the coming days, engaging everyone together. We shall now conclude today's event with the school anthem of St. Francis de Sales Higher Secondary School, Narengi, Guwahati, Assam.
Of true wisdom, you are the champion of God's kingdom. You are the source of true wisdom. Christ, you are the radiance of dispel lights. Dispel the shades of avidya. Dispel the shades of avidya. Asatoma Satgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya. Om sfsnarengism Jaya Jaya Hey. You brighten the way to God and human, to spread the light of Christ and love. You brighten the way to God and human, to spread the light of Christ and love. You teach the truth of Christ and